just riding this tiger, you know, got the tiger by the tail and, and struggling to keep up with it.
On this edition of Extreme Close-Up, we'll meet an actress who can take care of herself on screen and off.
She's not a damsel in distress, and that's a good thing.
She's Lucy Lawless, the star of TV's hit show, Xena Warrior Princess.
It's all done with mirrors and smoke.
This is Extreme Close-Up, E's half-hour look at TV action star Lucy Lawless. Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Extreme Close-Up. I'm Greg Agnew at Universal Studios Hollywood. For the next half hour, we're going to get up close and personal with Lucy Lawless. She's the star of one of the most successful syndicated shows in TV history, Xena Warrior Princess. Now, if you find yourself here at Universal Studios Hollywood, or its counterpart, Universal Studios Florida. Now, these two are here to entertain the crowds, but Lucy Lawless, as we all know, is the absolute real warrior princess.
It's bizarre in terms of my life because I'm not an action woman. You know, I've never been particularly interested in physical pursuits.
When Lucy Lawless was a child, how was she to know she'd one day rise to global fame as the mythical warrior woman of syndicated television's Xena Warrior Princess? It's a role that's made her a role model, a sex symbol, and a star. But her tough looks and leather wardrobe can be deceiving, says Lucy, who's no action hero in real life.
I am a physical person, but I'm not athletic. I've become more so through the job, but I don't desire to spend 3 hours in a gym every day, you know, or no.
Lawless first captivated American audiences with her 1994 portrayal of Xena in a three-part arc of the hit series Hercules, The Legendary Journeys. Viewer response was so strong, the producers decided to spin off Xena into a series all her own.
Humans have a need for heroes. We're attracted to them, and in the case of Xena, it's a flawed hero that we can all relate to. She doesn't know everything. She's not the man in the white hat. And with Hercules, we do have the man in the white hat, you know, who we all dream is out there. And so they're two good companion shows, you know, that, you know, parents know that they can safely let their kids watch Hercules, and they know that they can enjoy Xena afterwards when they put the children to bed.
Although her Xena character may be intimidating, she doesn't often crack a smile. It's definitely a show that plays up its campy elements. And there are times when Lucy's own comedic side shows through. It's the Xena dance! Look, this is it! She's joined on the show by Renee O'Connor, an American actress who plays Gabrielle, Xena's best friend.
It's like being Xena's best friend. Well, Gabrielle is Xena's confidant.
Xena is a hero who constantly, and often unsuccessfully, fights against her violent side, while Gabrielle is the more emotional of the two.
Xena's had this evil streak in her. It's part of her history, and she's always trying to overcome the fact that she resorts to violence whenever there's a conflict. Whereas Gabrielle believes in forgiveness, and it's a conflict.
As a team, Gabrielle and Xena personify strong women who can fend for themselves. That, says Lucy, is the way she was raised.
I think it's very important for girls to hear, especially from their dads, you know, you can do everything, you can do anything, you can be what you want to be. And my dad said that, and here I am.
Lucy was born in Auckland, New Zealand on March 28, 1968. Until the age of 8, Lucy says she was a tomboy, following in the footsteps of her 4 older brothers. Her past includes wanderlust trips to Europe, and even a stint working in an Australian gold mine. In 1987, she became pregnant by and married her high school sweetheart, bar manager Garth Lawless. They returned to Auckland, where daughter Daisy was born.
She's not particularly thrilled about the fame.
Shortly after Xena premiered in 1995, Lucy split from Garth Lawless and, like many women her age, became a single working mother.
Well, it's a very tricky juggling act, as it is for any any working parent. You know, I can't speak for fathers, but yeah, it's hard whether you're a working father or mother. Parenthood is difficult, you know, and you have to make a buck. And you know, in my case, I'm doing something that I love, and if I wasn't, I'd be a rotten parent. The best thing you can give your kid is a fulfilled, happy parent, and that's what I'm aiming to do, and letting my child know that, you know, I love her unto death, you know. You still do have to make a buck.
Stay tuned, because when we come back, I'll take you to the South Pacific nation of New Zealand for an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at the making of this hit series. It's all coming up on Extreme Close-Up. I was trying out your props. You work in a great place here.
I don't know why she's wanted to fly. Perhaps she'll die.
This is Extreme Close-Up, E's half-hour look at Xena star Lucy Lawless. Welcome back to Extreme Close-Up. I'm Greg Agnew at Universal Studios Hollywood. Now, this is Hollywood, so most American TV shows are shot right here. But not Xena Warrior Princess. It's filmed thousands of miles away in the South Pacific nation of New Zealand. Now, I got to go to New Zealand for an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at how the series is made. It's also my home country, so it worked out really well. So let's go down under, shall we? All over Auckland, in warehouses, old factories, at wharves, sands, in fields, are the sets that belong to Xena, Hercules, and young Hercules. It's a top-secret world that the people who live here are totally unaware of. And this is the perfect example. In this very suburban neighborhood, behind this very suburban gas station, is one of the exotic fantasy lands belonging to the warrior princess, Xena. Bring me my subjects now. We're actually in the prop room here for Xena and Hercules, and the crown is slipping down my head, so I'm going to take this off. Look at this crown. It's expandable. So this is the prop room. This is where they keep everything, and over here is Pip, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Pip? You can Pip a
Don't
prod.
point that thing
So
at me.
this is your domain.
Kind of, yeah. Yep.
This is just, I mean, look at this behind you. It's remarkable.
It is, isn't it?
How many items do you have in all? There's a quick question.
Oh, that is. Oh. Items, there would be thousands of items. Oh,
So
I
you don't
daren't
even know how many?
No, I know that on a recent episode we had a big battle, and I took out 500 items from the props makers in 3 days. And that's 500 swords and
Right.
stuff
And I bet
like
you
that.
didn't even notice it, right?
Oh yeah, I counted it. That's my job.
No, I mean you didn't notice it. Like it's still the building was still full.
Oh,
Even after
absolutely.
taking out 500
packed.
items. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, take us on a tour.
All right.
Show
come
us
this
the
way.
good stuff. The world of Xena and Hercules is indeed a hidden fantasy world, and it's a self-contained one too. They make almost everything they need for the shows, whether it's ancient tables and thrones fit for a king, spooky candelabras, or sharp swords. It's all here.
No humans were harmed in the making of this program. Oh, and here's something else, Greg. Greg?
Yeah, Hercules, help! Hercules, save me. Young Hercules, anyway. Xena! You've saved me, thank you. It's dangerous in here. What is this?
Yes,
Let me break it.
we had Autolycus, King of Thieves, hiding in there before he
Oh, really?
stole a jewel.
So what are you saying about me, huh? Also hidden away, so to speak, are the stars of the 3 shows that are now shot in Auckland. Hercules, Young Hercules, and Xena Warrior Princess. We are right here in Auckland, and this is our hometown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both of us lived and I went to school here, and yay, we're neighbours.
Yeah. Well, right now, we're standing right next to each other. Yeah. Do you like shooting in Auckland?
You're so bloody off the wall. I do like shooting in Auckland because my daughter goes to school here. There hasn't been too much disruption to her life. And, yeah, it's home, so I don't have to work too hard.
The cast and crew on Xena, most of whom are from New Zealand, are a close-knit group that works together like a family.
Hi, E. This is Sandy Rain and my horse trainer. Lovely woman, 27-ish, single white female, looking for anything with a steady job.
With stunt-heavy shows like Hercules and Xena, injuries are mere millimeters away, as I found out in person. And with a costume that's got its own share of sharp curves, it's easy for Lawless to pick up a few scrapes on the job. I read somewhere where you said you get bruised a lot doing the show.
Yeah, a little bit. Well,
Yeah.
you scratch yourself. You know, this is all metal, so I've got, you know, just flesh has always been scraped
Chipped
off.
off.
And that it's sort of it's heavy-duty exfoliation, and yeah, you get bruised, but it's just running. You know, I keep bumping into the furniture.
Although with this you've got some good protection here
Yeah,
against the furniture.
nobody ever hits me. I just fall into things, you know. Well, what can you do with a clumsy girl?
Her childhood nickname, Unco, short for uncoordinated, no longer holds true. After more than 3 seasons of kicks and swordplay, Lucy has shown she's a woman who can keep up with the best of the guys. But with the 14-hour days Lucy and the rest of the cast and crew work, it's a fantasy world they don't often leave behind. That kind of work schedule doesn't leave much time for fame to go to anybody's head. Do you get overwhelmed with the success of the show in the States? Like, you're so far away from
Well, I think
the
that's
hub
why
of
I
the
don't.
success, yeah.
Yeah, I think being down here really is a good buffer zone for you. It means that you don't get too much feedback, positive or negative. You know, I just come to work every day and do it for the love of it. Work because I enjoy the process and not so much the working for the result. I think that's a real trap. So I just couldn't be happier or luckier.
After almost 5 years of continuous filming of Xena Warrior Princess, it's not often that Lucy Lawless gets to see how big a star she's become. Well, stick with us, because when Extreme Close-Up returns, we'll show you the kind of reception Lucy gets when she comes to America.
This is getting too big. It was just a joke. No, I'm going to be found out.
This is Extreme Close-Up, E's half-hour look at Lucy Lawless, star of Xena Warrior Princess. Hollywood, getting
Welcome
some life
back to
lessons
Extreme
from Xena and Hercules. Come on, you two, stop it. Behave. When you do
No,
it. I got a sword here.
Oh, everybody loves it. They love to see some action going on between Hercules and Xena, and we actually use the real swords that they use on the TV program as well as the sticks.
But not on the tourists.
Well, occasionally.
Occasionally on the tourists. Now, obviously, Xena and Hercules are heroes to a lot of kids and very much in demand here at Universal Studios. But no disrespect to you, Xena. When Lucy Lawless comes to town, she gets a reaction of an entirely different type.
You're too slow, Goliath!
Since Xena premiered in 1995, it has brought in some of syndicated TV's top ratings and cult status that rivals that of older TV hits like Star Trek or The X-Files. She's usually in New Zealand working, but when Lucy Lawless does make a public appearance, it brings thousands of fans.
Oh, thank you. Of course, I come from a background that has none of this sort of business in it whatsoever, so I just think this is totally standard. You know, it's de rigueur. You make a television show and it instantly becomes a huge success. You have conventions and everybody comes. But I guess it is a big deal. I keep trying to pinch myself and not take anything for granted, you know, because one day, sure as eggs are eggs, it'll be gone, and I don't want to have missed any of it.
Shows which delve into the fantastical world of science fiction draw fans who veer slightly from reality, and the conventions can bring out some strange ones.
My mom went to the first convention in Burbank, and Lucy was there as well as Kevin, and I saw some of the pictures of people dressed up in all the medieval outfits and the chainmail, and I thought, how bizarre is this, you know, that people are watching the show and they're really getting a kick out of it.
One of the original hardcore nutballs.
Are you?
Yes.
They know you better than you do, and, you know, they know the character. They tell you how the character should be played. You know, it's amazing.
As the show's star, Lucy has come to terms with what fame means to her.
It's not that I have begged for this or wanted it necessarily, but sooner or later you have to own up to it and deal with your celebrity on that level, because people are focusing on you.
It's kind of like
like she learns, kind of teaches you how to stand up for yourself or something like that.
Because it tells them that they don't need a man to save them from things. And, you know, a woman can pretty much do anything that men can do, and better sometimes. And, you know, I think she's very positive. She's not a damsel in distress, and that's a good thing.
It's being a positive role model without strenuous effort. You know, I don't find it a burden, as I feared it would be. It's not a burden, it's just a matter of being true to yourself.
The popularity of Xena and Hercules reaches far. At Universal Studios Hollywood, Xena and Hercules greet fans, while at Universal Studios Florida, an entire attraction brings fans into the special effects-laden fantasy world of these shows. And, of course, there's the merchandise.
My goodness, you're a phenomenon. I keep hearing that word, you know. I still feel like, you know, the girl from Down Under. It's done good.
Lucy, what do you think about the merchandising? What do you think about the dolls?
I love it all. I love all that stuff, and kind of the cheesier the better, as far as I'm concerned. I just think it's all a great laugh and exciting too. You know, when you get all this kind of attention, you know that your show's doing well, and well, we all like that.
When Lucy makes one of her infrequent trips to America, she can be the center of attention.
Only in Hollywood could you get Lucy Lawless to put on a pretty dress on at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Or she might do a playful send-up of herself on a TV sitcom.
I'll roll you in salt, and I'll feed you to my horse.
In 1997, Lucy broke out of the Xena mold altogether by playing a 7-week stint as Rizzo in the Broadway production of Grease.
No, not stage fright. I'm worried, you know, I'll forget the dancing. You know, the dancing for me is the toughest, and the singing is second. The acting, you know, I love.
Perhaps surprising to some who've only seen her as a warrior princess, Lucy studied opera when she was younger.
I did study it, but only till I was about 18 years old, and I think actually it was bad for me. You know, I picked up some bad technique, and it really shut down my throat, and I stopped singing for about 10 years. So for me, this is very therapeutic, and I laugh that I'm putting New York through all my therapy, you know. But it's really exhilarating.
Despite success as other characters, Lucy will probably forever be Xena in the eyes of some fans. Lawless promises she will never make a Xena movie, and although the show will doubtlessly air in reruns well into the new millennium, Lawless has said she will quit the show on what she hopes will be a high note when her contract runs out in the year 2000.
I know you. You're Xena.
When we return, we'll take a look at the relationship between Xena and her TV sidekick, Gabrielle. Is it just a friendship? That's just part of what we'll be examining in the final minutes of Extreme Close-Up.
What do you think the chances are that Xena and Gabrielle are going to come out as a lesbian couple?
Criminals. One tough warrior princess, feared but loved by all.
Give us a kiss.
Xena Warrior Princess. Mondays here on TV1, Channel 1.
Hey, even men like the show.
Welcome back to Extreme Close-Up. I'm Greg Agnew at Marvel Mania at Universal Studios Hollywood. This is where you can see such action heroes as the Hulk and Spider-Man. Now, it's not often that you see female fighting teams, especially as Xena series has become more successful. Lucy Lawless and co-star Renee O'Connor have not only found that they've become role models, they've also found themselves answering very unusual questions about pairing of Hercules and Xena. That's interesting. Just ask Kevin Sorbo,
They always
who plays
ask,
Hercules.
yeah, they always ask where, you know, I'll be back home in Minneapolis, you know, visiting my family, we're at the gym working out, and it's not a guy that doesn't walk up to me and say, is she like single or anything like that? You know, so they're always walking up. So I could be a dating service for you if you like, but you probably want me not to even do that. So.
Yeah. You send all them
you betcha.
my way.
Oh, so now you're playing hard to get.
It may be Herc and Xena for some, but for others, it's the close-knit relationship between Xena and Gabrielle that's of interest, says Renee O'Connor, who fields countless questions from Xena fans.
Everything to how tall I am, to what's it like to kiss Lucy Lawless, you know? It can just be anything.
And at the San Francisco convention of Hercules and Xena followers, one fan broke the ice with a question that's high on the list for many a Xena watcher.
A lot of people think there's a lot of sexual innuendo between Gabrielle and Xena on the show.
No.
And what do you think the chances are that Xena and...
Go on. What do you think the chances are?
What do you think the chances are that Xena and Gabrielle are going to come out as a lesbian couple?
They said it! I can't guarantee anything. They can ask anything. You just have to learn how to answer what's appropriate and what's not, really, you know. Because some things need to be a mystery. You know, that's part of the show.
Honestly, you never really know what to expect in Xena Land.
Maybe because there's nothing I can say that can take away that feeling you have.
While Xena's on-screen relationships may be purposely ambiguous, Lucy's off-screen romance is well known. On March 28, 1998, her birthday, Lucy married Xena's executive producer, Rob Tappert. Well, congratulations on the wedding.
Thank you.
Yeah, how does it feel different?
It
People
does.
always
I've
ask
gotta
that,
say,
don't they?
I know I didn't expect it to feel different, but I've got to say it does feel a little different, and very pleasantly so.
Right. Now, you're married to the creator or the executive producer, is it both, of Xena?
One of the creators in our EP, yeah.
So when you go home, do you talk Xena?
Not very much, no, not really. I just kind of switch off. I love my job, but outside of work, there's so much else to be interested in, you know. I have a daughter and you've got a family and plans for the future and holidays and, you know, you've got to, oh no, we've got to have the roof painted and there's other things to worry about.
So there's no problem with living with someone and working with them at the same time.
Well,
you can
so
separate
far.
well, I hope there's not, yeah. The marriage may have disappointed some of Lucy's lesbian fans, but married or not, she doesn't mind that her portrayal of Xena has won admirers from many different walks of life.
Everybody relates to Xena and the show, Xena as the show, in their own way. On so many levels, you know, the lesbian community, the, you know, males over 45, the teenagers, the young women, the women re-entering the workforce. Women have a great affinity with this show, and it seems to be servicing a huge need for self-empowerment, self-determination. You know, it encourages, literally it encourages people to be what they always dreamed of being, and God, I'm thrilled to be part of that.
Xena, hello.
Flanagan's. Thanks.
Thanks for watching this edition of Extreme Close-Up. I'd like to thank Universal Studios Hollywood for inviting us here to the world's largest working movie studio. And of course, thanks to Xena and Hercules for making this look so easy. I'm going to take some time now to learn how to use Xena's sword and her chakram. I'm Greg Agnew. Thanks for watching. All right, guys. Come on, tough guy. Exactly. Hey, not bad for a guy. The microphone is